Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise, and today we have a lot of news to cover. So as you guys are no doubt aware, the outlet of choice for the Monster Hunter team this time around has been IGN, so they get like the first interviews, the first gameplay snippets, and all of that stuff. And in that spirit, today they actually released a pretty decently sized video of Kamura Village, all of the facilities, the training areas, some of the crafting stuff, some of the canteen stuff, and I'm going to be going over that video. And I'm going to be pausing it at relevant moments in order to tell you guys my thoughts on something or analyze a particular scene. So, you know, just for those of you that don't want to watch the whole video with me pausing and talking over it and all of that stuff, I will leave a link to the original IGN video in the description of this video so that you guys can go check that stuff out there. But a really cool thing was that not only IGN got this exclusive gameplay, but Arekkz also had access to it, and he's also been making videos with some interesting information as well. So there'll be links to those videos as well as Arekkz's interview with Ichinose and Ryozo, which revealed some very interesting information, which I'm sure you guys will want to know about. So we'll be talking about all of that after we get through the IGN video. But before we even begin, it is important to mention, and this is very much a good news scenario all around, there is going to be a PC version of Monster Hunter Rise. And I am super happy about it. And I find it interesting because a lot of people are going through like my old videos now and, you know, posting stuff like, aha, you were wrong, almost like a gotcha. And it almost seems like these people didn't pay attention when I specifically said, I don't think that it's coming to PC, but I will be very happy to be proven wrong because it basically means that more people get to play Monster Hunter. Like, that's a win-win situation in my book. Like, I think some people think that I'm upset or something over the fact that this was announced for the PC. It's quite the opposite. I'm super happy. Like, more people playing Monster Hunter Rise, like, it's just a win situation. As a matter of fact, I hope it comes to PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox One. I hope it comes to every platform except mobile, okay? No phone business. No funny phone business. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's check out this video right here, and then we'll talk about some of the other information that was revealed during Arekkz's interviews, shall we? So right here, we're going through Kimura. As you can see, we can use the wire bug, and I have to pause it right here because there's these little chat bubbles, and these indicate to me that this could potentially be how the new villager request system is going to work. As you can see right here, this dude's going like, hey, you think you can land me a hand? So probably you go there, you talk with him, and he's going to give you a villager request quest that you can then go on and do. And completing that quest will probably give you some specific bonuses, maybe a specific material, maybe a new type of dango gets added into the canteen or something else. And I think that this is going to be how you go about doing that. Now we have seen, and we will see further in this video, that the NPCs also have a chit chat option, pretty much all of them. And Arekkz is speculating over whether or not this is going to be some kind of a relationship thing. And I think we talked about this on the Third Fleet podcast with him, where I kind of got reminded of the NPCs in Tokiden. You guys might remember that if you watched the Arekkz podcast episode. So I also suspect the same thing that Arekkz is saying, basically, is what I'm getting at. There might be some type of relationship system going on with some of these NPCs. Not romantic, but like something that unlocks more functionality in the game. It is interesting that there's a lot of chat bubbles popping up as he is navigating through the village. I'm curious to go and speak to each of the individual NPCs and see what this stuff is all about and how that is going to be implemented into the game. But, you know, so far, Village looks gorgeous. Even though I know it's not the best bitrate, I wish I had a higher resolution version of this video to show you. Naturally, in the game itself, it's going to look a lot better than this. I know that there's a lot of people out there, the visuals look bad. Whatever, dude. Just whatever. I quit trying to be reasonable with those people. Anyway, start things off in the canteen. And as you can see, we have the two Palicos over there hammering the mochi. Let me just actually take a look at this menu before we move forward, because I didn't even get to see it. Eat a meal, motley mix, and gestures. So gestures is something that you've always been able to do in Monster Hunter games. I don't know how many people actually pay attention to this stuff. It is something that we used to do back in the day in the Gathering Hub. Where basically you drink beer and then you can get wasted and then your character goes off like flailing about. I'm assuming this is going to be the same thing. We see in one of the trailers, like one of the hunters doing the thing with the flying thing. So I would assume that would be one of the gestures you can do. The motley mix is probably... That might... could that be when you know, cook the meat and stuff? Like you give the meat to the canteen and they cook it for you and you come back one quest later and the stuff is done? Maybe? Anyway, we have here pay with money, pay with points, just like before. Effect, health plus 30, stamina plus 30. Interesting that the effect shows up here and not on the actual menu of the food. Daily special, wealthy man. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean, but we'll see. Order bunny dango, order the usual. Wonder if usual is like if you keep ordering the same food, or maybe like you order, it's like a repeat. So if you're hunting with the same weapon, it's just going to give you the same food. It doesn't appear to be like a fresh system from what I've seen, right? You see the dongos here. It doesn't appear to be any indication like, oh, this dongo is fresher, which is the system that we've always had. It's like, oh, if the food is fresh, it gives you a higher chance of skill activation. So I don't know how that stuff is going to work out. Right here, we can see that you have 90% chance of activation for the Dongo Moneymaker. I'm not sure if that's because the day that was supposed to be the special or something. And then you have 80% chance for the Dongo Bulker, which, what does the Dongo Bulker do? Grants temporary attack boost when you use the show off to gesture for a while. Okay, Dongo Moneymaker is probably going to be some kind of, oh, I'm sorry. Freaking, this is, pixelation errors from the VLC codec. I apologize. Okay, we got the Dongo Moneymaker. Increase the amount of Zen you receive at the end of the quest. So the hurler is probably going to be something like boomerangs or whatever. I forget what the hurler was. Deflector is so that your weapons don't deflect against monsters. The bulker is the thing we've seen. Increase your attack after you use the show off 2 gesture. Polisher makes you sharp and faster. Feet is the same thing as feline feet. It's basically the same thing as, you know, instead of Dongo, you just put feline in front of it. So I would expect to see somewhere in here a Dongo Bombardier. We have a Dongo Defender low, Dongo Medic low for when you heal up, use items. It looks like you can combine 3 of these skills at your choice. That's a lot. That's a lot of skills that you're getting. You know, in Worlds, you know, you'd struggle a little bit to get like 3 skills, but you can see the activation chance is actually different depending on the food that you select. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if having it be the first thing that you put up here could potentially increase the percentage. But at this point, I just don't know. I have no idea. Dango Bird Collar makes spare birds more likely to approach you. You can also register these to sets just like you could do in World so that you can have like your preset made meals. And obviously there's a Dongo ticket for making sure that you get all of the skills, I would imagine. Fluffy Bunny Dongo. They're a tasty treat. And you get some tea to go with it. A cool thing, a little detail, is that if you've seen the trailers, you'll notice that there's usually like a pink Dongo in the trailer. So this time around, looks like the Dongos you select will actually influence the meal that shows up. Because the animation is basically the same. They just change the Dongo that is in your sticks, which is, you know, it's a little detail, but it is already kind of like, it's these little details that make things a little bit more interesting. You know, like in World, you would ask for the veggie platter and you would get a fat steak thrown at you. A lot of people were apparently bothered by that. I wasn't, but you know, it's nice to see the stuff that you select actually reflected in the food that you are eating. The animations are still top notch. I love the way he holds the tea thing. Very Japanese. Status increased health, stamina, and Dango Bird Collar. Looks like you didn't get the Zenny one, which was 90% chance to activate. What? Wow. Okay. Then we have Kagero here. It looks like he's got a Read Amiibo thing, which was already revealed previously that you could use Amiibos to participate in some kind of an item lottery. I don't remember if it's just the Monster Hunter Amiibos or any Amiibos, but, you know, that'll be something that I'll check out. And as you can see, the chit chat option that I set is available for every NPC. And, you know, we also discussed that this could potentially influence the performance of the NPCs in battle, because you'll be able to use NPCs during Rampage, as we've seen in the latest Monster Hunter trailer. All right, item pouch, we have the traditional set of items here. Nothing really new. You can just buy stuff that you want to get, complete the purchase. You know, you can also buy directly to the item box just like before. Not really. Soar with a great wire bug. Okay. Looks like that might be another request thing. And this is the Buddy Island. The Buddy Island actually reminds me a lot of the Palico Ranch, which is something that we've had in previous months. Well, not always the Palico Ranch, but there was always this area attached to the village, which was kind of like stuff that's used for resources and whatnot. And it looks like there's a bunch of services that you'll be able to get on this particular thing. Greetings, salutations. Now that you're a bona fide hunter, allow me to welcome you to the plaza. The buddy handler, Yori, will give you a rundown on all things buddy. If you hire a buddy, you'll get a trusty battle companion to aid in all your hunting endeavors. The Lion Chief Kogarashi is top cat when it comes to the Meowcenaries, so this is where you come to send out the Meowcenaries. I would assume that very much like previous Monster Hunters, you'll have like your room servant creature thing that is just there to organize your stuff in your room. And you'll probably be able to do a lot of these activities there. But they're still available for you to come here and do them here. Or maybe not. Who knows? We'll see if that is the case. But that is, it feels like they wouldn't take quality of life like that away. Like for instance, even in GU, you're able to send out your... not Meowcenaries, but whatever the system is there where you send Palicos out through a cannon. You can do that from your room, so I would assume in this game you'd be able to do that too. Sorry about that. Again, the visual artifacts from VLC. This fairy goes to the training area. Just because you're a hunter now doesn't mean you can start slacking on training. And Rondine here is a trader from outside Kamura. Interesting, Rondine is in the buddy section and not in the village type section. Interesting. Every good hunter needs a stock of good items. No matter how obscure, she'll probably have what you're looking for. And this was actually revealed during the Arekkz interview. I figured I might as well talk about this here. And that is that Rondine is actually going to sell you certain things that you can only get through Rondine. They didn't go too deeply into what those things were. The question that Arekkz did for that was whether or not you'd be able to buy specific monster parts off of Rondine, because that used to be a feature, I think, in 4 Ultimate, if I remember correctly. You'd be able to buy certain monster parts like wings and stuff like that. Even rare parts, I think. Maybe not the rarest ones, but you'd be able to trade some stuff. And they didn't confirm that, but they did say that some things you'll only be able to get from Rondine. You'll find the buddy board here where you can manage your buddies. This is basically to organize. In GU, you'd be able to like put specific armor and stuff like that on your Palicos. And because you're going to have more than one Palico, more than one Doggo, you'll probably be able to organize all of their gear here. If you hire any buddies from Yuri, you can manage them here. Anyway, every day the buddies here work their tails off to get better and stronger. That's about all I got for you. If you want to know more, you'll have to talk to everyone yourself. Do they actually go through all of the menus? I hope they do. Hey, Hunter01. Hire, scout a buddy, rename buddy, dismiss buddy. And I can assure you, at some point, you guys need to check out the dismiss buddy animation, because that's always really funny. Like, I remember, I don't know if it was Generations or for Ultimate, like you would have a Palico and I'd be like, okay, I need to get rid of this Palico. I didn't mean to get this one or something like that, and he's just not very useful. And then the Palico shows up like all friggin' shy and stuff and gives you the pouty eyes. And then they ask you, do you really want to dismiss this Palico? And then you can say no and you'll be all happy and go back. Or you can say yes and the Palico will just be like, okay. And in one of the games, you would mount on some kind of animal and run off. And in another game, you would actually get into a rocket and get thrown into the freaking sun or something. It was so evil. They made you feel really bad whenever you dismissed the Palico. So I'm sure they're probably going to do something like that here too. That's one of the things that I love about the Monster Hunter team is their passion shines so much through the animations that they put into their games that it's so friggin' artistic. So you can scout for buddies. I already told you guys how this was going to work. You get to basically create the buddy of your choosing, or you can scout based on skills that you want them to have. Let's see what they do here. Okay, so you have, they're showing the assist type Palico. This was the one that could do traps and stuff. This was very useful in GU. I have a trapper as one of my 2 main Palicos. I have a healer and a trapper. So I'd expect us to have kind of like the same ones. I believe that Gaijin even confirmed which ones were the Palico types on his Twitter account. Yeah, he has, because Gaijin just like loves this stuff. So basically Gaijin has said on his Twitter, Palico has 5 types: healer, assist, fighter, bomb, and gather. Yeah, I don't see any of the healer types here, but I'm very curious about the bombs. Very curious about the bombs. But yeah, let's keep it going. See if they actually show... Oh, wait. I want to see the skills. Let's see if I recognize some of the skills that they show here. Rousing Roar, this is a buff. Zap Blast Spinner, this is the one that we've seen. Anti-Monster Mine. These are actually decent. Fleetfoot Feet. And Furious. Giga Barrel Bombay. Healing Bubble. Feline Wyvern Blast. Anti-Monster Mine. Fleetfoot Feet. Zap Blast Spinner. Shock Tripper. Not Trapper, Tripper. Giga Barrel Bombay. Furious Rousing Roar. Mega Boomerang. That's some really, really big boomerangs. Flash Bombay, Giga Barrel Bombay. Go Fight Win. This one is really good, I think. Wasn't this the one that gave you unlimited stamina for a little bit? Am I getting that right? I think this might be the one. I'm not 100% sure. Base of Vitality, I don't remember it being very good. Shock Parisen and Poison Parisen. Poison Parisen is really good. Because, like, not only they're trapped, but they also get poison, and it's a pitfall trap. Sum Meown Endemic Life. Wonder if that means they can summon, like, they can summon a wire bug, because you can see the wire bug symbol there. I hope so. Feline Silkbind? The hell is that? And Poison Parisen, sure. Browsing. Okay, this is the same stuff. This one... And this one, they show just the gear. It looks like they all have the same weapons. Bladed Chains and Steel Fang for the grapples. Your dog has a Clutch Claw. Rename the buddy. You can rename them if you want to. And out comes Doggo. Oof. The animations are always cool. Sent to the reserve list. Can we see some more skills for the Palamutes? That'd be nice. Guess not. Moving us right along, we get to go to the buddy board. Behavior. Oh, right, because you can change a behavior to be not passive, but like not even engage. You can change them to not even engage monsters. So that, you know, if you have a support type Palico, will spend more time trying to cast heals and stuff, I think. You can change their behavior to be, you know, attack large monsters first, attack small monsters first. You got buddy skills. This is to actually manage the skills of your Palicos, because you could swap skills back and forth. This Palico management stuff, for those of you that only played World, like, this is pretty complex, and you're going to want to watch Gaijin Hunter's videos on it, because even after watching, like, his Prowler video 10 times or something, I still wasn't 100% sure of how exactly that system worked, because it was so friggin' crazy. This one has a bunch of health stuff. Kamura Blade. Oh, you can layer armor. Layered armor for Palamutes. Nice. I'm assuming there's layered armor for Palicos as well, then. I wish they'd shown the skills on the dogs. Manage equipment. They have 3 pieces of equipment, pretty much like the Palicos. It was the helmet, the chest armor, and the weapon. Kamura Blade, balanced, rarity 1, severing, attack 50, affinity 0, ranged 50 as well. Kamura Scarf, equipment box. Izuchi Sickle. I love the personality. Even on the buddy weapons, you don't even get to use these weapons, and there's still so much detail onto the, you know, the look of the weapon in consideration with the monster that you fought. It's pretty cool. Okay. It's very important. The mailman. This is how you manage your lobbies and stuff to turn online things and, you know, just invite people into your game and whatnot. You're just about to hit the gathering hub? About that, I've got some bad news for you. When the rampage is near, it's forbidden for hunters to leave Kamura, and outside hunters won't be able to enter either. In other words, Kamura is offline. But if you want to form a party, I have a special type of message I can send to get hunters to hightail here. Send the message, Kamura will be online, and hunters will be able to enter. Just don't ask me how it works, I couldn't understand it myself. Something to do with spider webs. Any new? Come to me whenever you want to swap between offline and online. By the way, did you talk to Minoto about online quests yet? If you haven't, better get your tail in gear so you can go hunting with all your friends. Looks like there might be some kind of rampage and minor rampage quest you'll have to do before going online? No, that wouldn't make sense. Some new add-on content available. Oh, you can also get add-on content, obviously. This does feel a little bit like the older system, because back in GU, the way that you would get DLC, it wasn't like, oh, we have to wait until they release it, then the game syncs up and whatnot, and then all of that. In here, you would just go to add-on content once they announced anything, and you'd be like, download content. It wasn't like a patch or anything. It was just, here's the new content. Boom, done. Actually, I don't know if there were patches, because pretty much when I played those games, all of DLC had been done. I would just download it. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. While playing multiplayer... well, this is the usual multiplayer message. I don't think I have to pause for that. It looks like he turned it online, and now people can join. You can see that they also show you the main progression thing. And hub progression. Oh, they show you the key quests. I think they also showed you the key quests in World, right? Because it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure they did show you the key quests in World as well. It's nice that they show you the key quests, because there's usually so many optional quests for you to do in a Monster Hunter game that sometimes particularly when you were trying to bring somebody new into the franchise and they were like, oh my god, how do I get caught up? And you'd be like, yeah, just do the key quests. And they'd be like, key quests? The hell are the key quests? And they also tell you like the critical progression towards village. Which village, by the way, was another question that Arekkz asked them about in terms of like how long it's going to take you to go through all of the village quests. And they came back and said 20 to 30 hours just for the village. So this doesn't include any of the hub quests. So that's just like, you know, your warm-up is about 20, 30 hours. And after that, the real game begins. Here's the gathering hub. Hub quest made Minoto. Urgent quest. Hub quest low rank. Okay. I want off this ride. Hunt a Bishaten. Way of the Puke. The flooded forest. So muddy, hard-headed. This is probably going to be Baroth. A pale shadow. Didn't we talk? People were telling me that this was probably Kezu. Reinventing the wheel. Blasted Bessarios. The path to royalty. I'd expect the path to royalty to be Rathian. Especially because these are low rank. Oh, wait. They actually show you the monsters. Let me go frame by frame here. Got Puke. Ooh. Royal Ludruth. Kezu. Wait, did they skip the Muddy Hardhead? Cheaters! Look, Puke, Flooded Fort. They skipped from this one to this one. They literally cut this one so that they wouldn't reveal the fact that Baroth is probably in the game. Hunt the Kezu? Okay, looks like they're gonna hunt the Kezu. It's a true masterpiece. Try it. Okay, it's filled with hunters now. We got Insect Glaive, Lance, Heavy Bowgun, and Hammer. Oh, and we get the, do we get to see the canteen scene in the hub as well? Nope. But it is, I know that it's in the Japanese version. So if you guys want, you can check that out. On Gaijin's Twitter, he has the highlight, so you guys can go check that out. Hunter 01 on top of the roof here. Quest board. Wait, did he just go to quest board from menu? I haven't seen this whole video yet, guys. I'm doing it for the first time. Ah, you can go straight into the quest board from anywhere. That's convenient. Nice. I want off this ride. Oh, looks like they'll tell you the important parts. Steelworks, Buddy Plaza, training area, your room, village entrance. Damn. So many dialogue things. I feel like there's going to be a little bit more story to this one, which I know might be a little bit of a turnoff for some people because not everybody comes to Monster. I would argue that most people don't come to Monster Hunter for its story, but I'll tell you what, For You was one of the best Monster Hunters because the story, in my opinion, was actually really good. So, yeah. Training area. They're going to show off the training area. That's pretty cool. You already have total damage when, so you can see the damage also from other players in the thing as well. That's nice. Jumping Smash. You can see the moves that you're making. You can see your basic combos. Very much similar to World, but in a multiplayer environment. This is actually great. This is friggin' awesome. This is such a good idea for people that are actually hunting in groups of 4. Like, if you get your 3 friends that you usually hunt with, or 2, or your 1 friend that you usually hunt with, you can actually come in here and plan out a strategy. So cool. That is such a cool feature. Welcome to the training area. Here you can hone your skills to your heart's content. If you're into melee combat, a toad adversary. I think that now they show the fact that you can customize the way that the Tetranodon in the middle, the Mecha Tetranodon, they show you the way in which you can customize it to do different things. Go to your room, go to village, go to the hub, chit-chat. Again, you can chit-chat with every single NPC. I do get a feeling that there's going to be a lot of lore about Kimura. Training options. Head position, high, direction, front, track player, no. Action. You can have him track the player. Action, standby. Maybe you can also do something to have him attack you so that you can practice stuff like guard points. It's going to be very cool. Targets moving. You can have the targets, the range targets stop. Wirebug gauge individual. You can swap that to 3 so that you have 3 wirebugs available at all time. Nice. Actions, projectile. You can even have him do projectile or stomp. Like, look, I was going to stomp. Nice. Because then you can practice, like, specific moves and everything. Although, obviously, you know, it's just for you to practice on this one monster. I don't think you're going to be able to have, like, a mecha every monster and practice every single move that you have an issue with. It's more for you to judge your openings, how long it takes you to do stuff with a weapon and whatnot. Ooh, smithy, 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 smithy. Forge/upgrade weapon, forge/upgrade armor, customize bowgun, purchase insect and magic equipment, chit chat. So pretty much the same options that you would have before. And sorry about the artifacting issue with VLC. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I still pause here in hopes. Is there a new weapon? No, Rui, there is no new weapon. That would have been announced by now. Silly. Okay. I wasn't actually expecting to see a new weapon. It's just instinct. Kamura tree. Weapon tree. Select the weapon to forge. I like the fact that the weapon tree is back. This is very important because usually you would always have to go outside the game to see this. And I hope... No, they do still limit it. I'm not even a fan of them limiting it here. I wish they would just give you the next steps and not show you what the weapon... You know, just put the exclamation... The marks over it so that you'd know there's these things ahead of it. But then again, who cares if it's not really revealing that much about the weapon anyway. I don't know, I kind of like seeing the final thing of the weapon, but then again, it would also reveal what monsters are ahead. I'm a little bit conflicted there. The Bag of Horrors. Gaijin said that this weapon has a lot more elemental damage, and it doesn't look like there's bloated values, which is good. Screw bloated values, honestly. I don't ever want to see bloated values in my weapons. I prefer to see the actual thing. Not like I'm going to be doing damage calculations or anything like that, but it's just more accurate. Wait, does it actually show the skills on when they're scrolling through these? Ooh, gem slots. Tier 2 gem slots. Looks like the gems are going to be... They're going to be a certain tier as well. And by the way, also confirmed in Arekkz' interview, you can craft decorations. They haven't said anything about whether or not charms are going to be RNG, but you can craft decorations, so no more RNG decos. You can craft them. And that is really, really good. Me and Gaijin have talked at length about this in the Third Fleet podcast. So really, really good that decorations are no longer random, so that you don't have those situations that we used to have where it was like, hey guys, here's this great set. And you're like, Ruri, screw you and your decorations. And I was like, thanks. I'm just trying to help. They don't show you the skills on these. They just show like the resistances and whatnot. Scalda Vertex. Metal. Jesus. Slagtoth. Gaijin already said that this chaos is not Gormagala stuff. God, they're going through things so fast. Okay, we're crafting Kezu Helm. Kezu Mail. Oh, we're crafting the full Kezu set. You're going to show us the skills? What wonderful weather. I'm curious to what the coloring of those chat bubbles is, if it's just like, you know, whatever, no special meaning, or if it's, you know, this type of chat bubble is this type of event thing or whatever. You can see your poses in Kamura. I mean, we've seen the poses. Buddy Smithy. You can also craft your Palico gear on this dude. He's gonna make the... It's a syringe? It's a nurse outfit. There's also layered... You can forge layered armor there. Like, do you guys notice that? You can forge layered armor. So they're gonna have a system just like we used to have as hunters for layered armor, which is pretty good. Wait, they're actually identifying the weapons as ranged and melee? So you can focus on... Is there a melee weapon? I'm sorry, I'm constantly rewinding here, but Kimura Blade balanced. Oh no, they just classify them as a certain type depending on the damage that they deal. So this one's balanced. This one's ranged because it deals 80 range damage and 60 melee attack. Okay. Cool thing that they classify them like that so that you know, your Palamute is going to be better at range with this particular weapon. The armors look really good together. Like when you have a full set like this, I think it looks really, really good. Look at that. The village also looks so beautiful. I just want to go there, man. I just want to go to Kimura. Just let me go to Kimura, dude. Oh, man. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you very much, IGN, for sharing this stuff with everyone. Like I said, you can check out the full video without my interruption and with their own voiceovers and stuff in the description. And now to kind of like wrap things up, I just wanted to reference a couple of more things from the Arekkz interview, which were, for starters, Rampage mode is going to drop exclusive materials as well. We talked about how Rondine's going to have some exclusive materials that you can only get from Rondine. Rampage mode is also going to be something that you want to do because it's going to drop stuff that doesn't drop anywhere else. And they're going to be for something special. They didn't reveal in the Arekkz interview what it was for, but it was going to be for something special. It was also confirmed that armor set bonuses still exist. So despite the fact that there was that thing where if you combine 3 pieces of the same armor, it gives you additional resistances, and we were thinking whether or not does this mean that there are no set bonuses and instead there's just these additional resistances. They said no, there's also going to be armor set bonuses. So stuff like Teoster's Technique that we had in World, stuff like that is still going to be here. I don't know if specifically Teoster's Technique is going to be in here, but set bonuses will have things associated with them. You're going to be able to craft decorations. I already talked about that. The game will not feature G rank or master rank because this is the first game. It's only going to be low rank and high rank. This is the way that it always goes with Monster Hunter games. This was just more of a confirmation than necessarily something completely new. And a very important thing that Arekkz asked them about, he asked them about potentially having relic weapons or a Safi Jiva-like weapon system. And the developers said no. Thank God. Craftable decorations, no RNG weapons, big win. Okay? Can I get a big win in the comment section just for those two things alone? Like, I'm so happy that they're actually listening to the community. And I hope that when the G rank version or the master rank version, you know, Monster Hunter Rise Ultimate inevitably comes out, that they don't go like, oh, by the way, we know that you guys really enjoyed Kolth to Roth, so we made another one of those. Like, I hope that is not the case. But at least for the base game, it doesn't seem like we're going to have a system like that. And thank you. Thank you so much. I don't want to spend like 2 weeks just chain farming Kolth to Roth, completely burning myself out into the ground because of that stuff. So that was awesome. And once again, there's a lot more in the Arekkz interview, so make sure to check that out. It's going to be in the description in the video below. And I think that is pretty much it. Gaijin Hunter had a couple of more things that he talked about. Let me see if there's anything here. You can now actually, I'm just going to show it to you guys here. You can see this is Gaijin's Twitter. And you guys can see, you can now choose which piece of armor not to show. So it's not just limited to the headpiece anymore. You remember how you used to be able to hide your helmet? Now you can hide any piece of armor, which is really nice. It's basically like having the, what was it called? It's not actual naked, but it was kind of naked, the naked layered armor set, which is nice. Courier Cat is to set up your lobby like we talked about. Special scroll items for Palamutes. I didn't see this. First one heals the Palamute when activated. Second one makes a healing dust. Third is Lure Dust. Fourth is Smoke Bomb. Fifth is Blast Dust. Interesting. Very interesting. This was not in the Western version, but looks like Palamute. These look like to be one-use type items, so how do they even use these? Regardless, just be aware, me and Gaijin are going to be talking about this a lot in the next Third Fleet podcast, so keep that in mind. It's worth noting Palamutes have the same option skills like attack up, evasion, KO up, earplugs, elemental attack, etc. So these are the same passive skills that Palicos had back in GU. I almost see Prowler coming back. Wouldn't that be great? Has the same skill system as MGU, so leveling up or hunting specific monster will unlock new skills for them to use, like negate poison. Palico has 5 types: Healer, Assist, Fighter, Bomb, and Gather. We talked about this already. Kazu still doesn't have any BGM, background music. Kazu and Bishaten are early to mid-game monsters, not hard. Petal Aces are given to you as you progress through the game by Elder Fugen. So you don't craft Petal Aces, they are given to you. Elemental damage apparently getting a boost, according to Gaijin, because it used to be 90 raw damage and 14 raw damage, the hammer that we saw, the Kazu hammer, whereas now it's 80 and 42. Dude, I hope they do something about Elemental. I don't want Elemental to just feel like an afterthought like it felt for most of the weapons in World. Arekkz did ask them about decorations, but yeah. That is pretty much all of the information that I could gather about Monster Hunter Rise, and this video is already way longer than it has any right to be. Thank you all very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button. There's going to be a lot of discussion about Monster Hunter Rise next week, both through the Third Fleet podcast and maybe another bonus video that I have in mind, which I'm pretty sure that you guys will enjoy. But either way, thank you all very much for watching. Hit the like button or the dislike button if you did not like this video. And also let me know in the comment section if you made it this far. Let me know, do you guys enjoy the longer format videos that I've been putting out on the channel? Because I gotta tell you guys, I've personally really been enjoying those. Whether it's the Third Fleet podcast, which is hands down one of my favorite things that I've kind of ever worked on in my channel, or some of the 14 discussions that I have with Brian, Mione, or even just some random stuff like the Diablo video with Arekkz. Like I've personally really been enjoying those, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying those discussions as well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.